What do you think is the definition of a healthy body? Is a person who is free from disease healthy, or a person who has a good body healthy? Everyone talks about physical fitness, good having a good physique, good body, but what about mental health? World Health Organization defines a health of a person as a state of physical, mental, and social well-being, not just merely being free from any disease. We live in a very competitive environment, and we are in a very hectic and a busy lifestyle, but we often forget to take good care of our mental health and are prone to mental illness. Having said all this, now mental health is a very vast topic, and you may suffer from mental illness due to many reasons. Now till date, there isn't any proven facts or article that could specify a specific reason due to which you suffer from mental illness, but there are similar patterns that one follows when he suffers from this. Now, keeping track of all that in this video, I have tried to clear the concepts of depression and mental challenge, because the most difficult challenge that the world is facing when it comes to mental health is depression. So yes, in this video I have tried to clear the stigma that one holds, people hold when it comes to depression. Now I want to give a disclaimer here. There is a difference between feeling depressed and having clinical depression. However, the first can often lead to latter. Now, for a person who hasn't been through this phase, who hasn't experienced this in his lifetime, it is impossible for him to have empathy towards the one who is suffering from this. He may have sympathy. Now, sympathy and empathy are two different emotions. Now, due to this reason, we often tend to look down on people who have been suffering from depression. Now, depression isn't a choice, it is a kind of brain damage. Mental health needs to be talked about more than ever before today, and it's even more crucial to talk about the activities related to mental fitness. Now, if you are someone who feels low at times, it is important to realize that feeling low at times is a normal part of life. Sad and upsetting events happen to everyone, but if you are feeling low regularly on a regular basis, if you feel down, then you may be suffering from the depression. But there are several measures that you can inculcate in your daily lifestyle. You could change your daily lifestyle, simple changes that could bring a world of difference in your life. You may never fall into depression or mental illness if you take really good care of your mental health. That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Depression is considered as a serious medical condition which, left untreated, could even put your life at risk. Now, the cause of depression may vary from biological to circumstantial, and the medications of depression includes antidepressant, anti-anxiety, and antipsychotic drugs, which have its potential risks or side effects. Now, we often do not pair depression with physical pain, but their researchers prove that depression can be as painful as physical pain. Now, we often get painkillers, and we eat that when we suffer from physical pain. That does its job really quick. But what about mental health? We do not get any medications like that for mental health. Now, there are evidences which proves that this depression is not just a psychological thing. Now it does, it changes the structure of your brain also physically. The physical changes may vary from oxygen restriction, inflammation, to actual shrinking of your brain. Let me give you a clear picture of this by talking about it in detail. Brain shrinkage. Now, researchers have shown that a specific region of brain, the size of the brain, is decreased when one suffers from prolonged depression. Now, this may include hippocampus, amygdala, thalamus, frontal and prefrontal cortices. This said, now the region associated with the brain that shrinks also results in the decreased amount of function associated with that particular area of the brain or the section of the brain. Now, there is next thing, that is brain inflammation. Now, there is a debate going on whether inflammation causes depression or vice versa. However, the inflammation causes the cells of the brain to die, which will lead complications like shrinkage, which I've already talked about, decreased function of neurotransmitter like serotonin, norepinephrine. Now, we already know that this plays a very important role in depression. When there is a decreased function of the neurotransmitter, there is a high risk of people falling into mental illness. This may also lead to dysfunction like learning, impaired memory, emotions, mood. Overall, the entire mental health of a person is disbalanced. Oxygen restriction. Now, reduced amount of oxygen in the body is often linked with depression. This is because of the changes in the breathing pattern caused by depression. When there is a decreased amount of oxygen in the brain, this term is called hypoxia in medical term. A cellular factor is produced in response to the stimuli in the person who have been facing depression, or who has been under prolonged major depressive disorder. Even a short-term hypoxia could cause confusion, and our brain is very sensitive to oxygen restriction or reduced amount of oxygen, which may lead to inflammation, cell death, and brain cell injury. The other thing is structural and connectivity changes. So now we have seen that the depression has a potential to cause physical changes in one's body also. So now this is not a simple thing. We need to understand that, and I guess this is enough to break the stigma that one holds when it comes to depression, because depression is not just a psychological thing. It has a physical disbalance. It creates a physical disbalance in the body as well. Now, if you are experiencing depression, if you have been through this, it's not your fault. Depression is not anyone's fault. Now, the causes of depression is often linked to the other elements of your health. Now, if we start implementing these lifestyle changes in our day-to-day basis, which I was talking about in the beginning of the video, so yes, if we start implementing and we start being habituated to all this in our daily lifestyle, life would be very much easier. So yes, to begin with, I would start with exercise. Yes, now daily exercise gives your body a rush of endorphins, which is a feel-good hormone. Every time you indulge yourself, even in simple kind of exercise, you get this hormone. So yes, you should start doing exercise. Even the simple workout, it will be good enough, and yoga will also be very beneficial. Foods. Yes, the foods we eat is directly linked to the mental health, not just the physical health. A healthy dietary pattern can reduce the symptoms of depression, and nutrition-rich food act as a building block for the neurotransmitters and also brain enzyme. Healthy dietary pattern can boost mood regulatory hormone, immunity, and reduce the symptoms of inflammation, oxidative stress, and all these things. Now, to list a few mood boosters, there is amino acid, zinc, iron, magnesium, healthy fats, omega-3 fatty acid. These essential fats are very important for the neurological development and brain development. Now, vitamin B12 and vitamin B6 are very vital, and vitamin D, which is also known as the sunshine vitamin, is very vital for the brain, bone, and the body development. Normally, people who suffer from depressions lack these vitamins and essential fats. Mental health is a very vast topic, including issues related to mind and emotions. So yes, when you're talking about mental health, how can I not talk about this? Well, this is meditation. Now, meditations can bring a significant change in your lifestyle if practiced daily. Now, scientists have recently got into this, but still there are enough evidences and proof to show the impacts and benefits of meditation. Well, for that, I'll have to make a different video. I'll ask you a question. Is there any other better options for a person who has already lost his control over his mind and thought, better than meditation? No, there isn't. So yes, meditations help with that exactly. It teaches us how to have control over our mind, over our thought, how to focus. Well, every individual needs to do meditation because of this reason. Trust me guys, there's no better time to start practicing meditation if you do not do it daily other than today. Even 20 minutes a day could be a great start. Give your daily 20 minutes to meditation and see it for yourself what it does to you and your life. So yes, there are other things as well, like you need to get enough sleep and try to be in good company. Don't let all those negative thoughts come to your mind. For that you'll have to practice meditation and read books, and yes, learn from your experiences. Well, experience is the great teacher and everybody learns from their experience, but only the wise people learn from others' experience as well. When I talk about this, a certain thing popped into my mind and I would like to share that as well. Now tell me something. What do you think is the root cause of depression, or that feeling, the feeling you have when you feel low, the sadness? What do you think is the root cause of it? Now, depending on who you are and what your circumstances is, I would get different answers. Some might say disappointment, dissatisfaction, loneliness, rejection, and this goes on. But when we get down to the root cause of it, when we bring into the most basic and root cause, what do you think it is? It is the desire and attachment. Yes, now there's a difference again. Desire is actually a good thing. It is the catalyst of our action. Before doing something, anything we desire, yes, that's a good thing. But what's wrong then? The expectation that arises from that desire. Now see, if your expectation is fulfilled, what will happen? And if your expectation is not fulfilled, what will happen? I'll give you an instance. Now, if your expectation isn't fulfilled, now depending upon how big your expectation is and the intensity of your expectation, all those emotions, the frustration, the anger, all the unwanted emotions will develop, and that will again take you elsewhere. Now, if your emotion is fulfilled, if your expectation is fulfilled, you will have attachment. Now, yes, attachment is a basic human trait. We all are human beings. We have feelings, we have emotions, we love things that belongs to us. Be it a person, be it a thing, anything. If that belongs to us, we'll have attachment. Yes, what I mean to say is, we get attached to it really easily. I know it's difficult, but we need to accept the reality and we need to learn how to detach ourselves as well. Now that's the real challenge. You may cry over it, even I do. I cry for a day or two, but now we have to move on with that. We cannot just stick to that circumstance, what we were in or what we are going through, and forget everything. No, we have to move on. We need to forget that and we have to look forward into a better life. So that's what I want to say is, you need to learn how to detach yourself. This is difficult, but we surely can. We surely can if we are really determined, if we have understood everything from within, if you understood this deeply. So yes, with this we have come to the end of the video. Thanks for watching till the end. Thanks for your support.